Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us for the round four of the American Racing League Championship. We did have technical difficulties with the stream, so deepest apologies for that. I will work to make sure that next week we do not run into so many issues. I did broadcast the entire 36 laps, but I didn't realize that the stream technically crashed. But what we could basically say at the end of all of it is Dixer ran away with the race with 17 seconds up ahead and took the checkered flag, followed closely, well, not closely behind, but there was a battle between Aaron and Chico for P2, and they finished out the top three places, Chico and then Aaron. And then shortly behind them, you had the two cars of Kenny LaFleur and AJ Jackson, which, so you're aware, which we do have the other video up on stream. AJ spun out like on the first lap, broke his wing, had to go pit, threw on a set of softs, burned those softs, switched over to hards, and then worked magic and climbed his butt all the way back up to P4, 5. Apologies. So that was an incredible race from him. Some other highlights that we have is, I believe, Wrath had run out of fuel, unfortunately, in Sector 3 of the very last lap, which caused him to lose several positions and finishing in, I believe, P11. But he did cross the finish line, which thankfully got... That was a Wrath? Sorry, I'm confusing. Wrath overtook, I believe it was Slick Rick then. Slick Rick or Unversed, one of the Mercedes drivers, to get himself up into P10, to get himself an extra 2 points, or to get himself 2 points in the championship. We did have a DNF of Unversed, okay, now I'm remembering, who crashed on lap 35, just coming out of the last corner, spun out, crashed, broke the back axle, and couldn't finish the race. But I believe he was classified. So overall, it was a great race. I have to say that it was fantastic seeing Evo and Chase Ace go back and forth for the majority of the race, fighting for position with Kenny LaFleur there as well. Kaler and the McLaren battling Chase, battling Evo, just really good racing. And right off the start, you had Evo, who was able to climb, like, I don't even know this. He's got ridiculous starts. Like seven positions, I have to say. Something like 7, I think. 7, he ended up in P2, P3, right away. Like, within no time. And early in the race, it was Evo battling with Graz, Aaron Altmir, which they were going for P2 at the time. So it was a great battle, and unfortunately, I think like 8 laps in, Evo did spin, which brought him all the way down the field, and he had quite a bit of work to do for the rest of the race, but unfortunately wasn't able to climb himself back up to the top 3 positions. Other than that, we had a really strong showing for Maverick, was very consistent throughout the whole race. Getting a lot faster, I have to say. I said that, I think, earlier in the last stream, but watching him race with literally the fastest drivers in the division, it was really nice to see. Yeah. So I just want to give a little bit of a recap of the race for you guys to let you know what happened, because apologies, I'm just getting better at streaming, but maybe in some time things will get a little tighter. But next week we are at Spain, Barcelona. So without knowing exactly where everything stands right now as far as the standings, with AJ finishing in P5 and Dixer finishing in P1, that brings the top 2 places of the championship much closer. AJ now with 76 points and Dixer with 65 points. So now they're within 11 points of one another. And it could get very interesting with the remaining 2 races going into our mid-season break. So that's right around Thanksgiving in the United States. I believe Canada also has Thanksgiving, but apologies, guys, I don't exactly know when you have it. So it's going to be, apologies, I'm still getting over my cough, but it's going to be interesting to see what exactly happens with the rest of the season. So thank you guys again for listening to this race recap. I hope to see you next week, and until then, take care. Have a good night.